This is the glorious gravel Peak District, I think.
Well, we're here at Bakewell in the Peak District, and we're getting ready for a monumental day of bike riding organised by the glorious gravel. So we come here to take part in the Glorious Gravel Double Peak Ride, which is a 200-kilometre ride. And the idea is there are two loops. You ride a loop in the morning, heading north of Bakewell up, they call it the Dark Peak Loop. And then in the afternoon you return back to Bakewell, and then you start another loop called the White Peak.
Take a bite of your life, don't you waste it. Ride the lightning, roll the thunder. You're the chosen one.
Each of those loops is 100 kilometers in length, and if we were going to make it round both of those loops, this was going to be our longest ever ride and our biggest amount of climbing in a single day. So I think the Dark Peak Loop would have been quite a tough route under any conditions. There's quite a lot of climbing, there's quite a lot of rough surfaces, a lot of off-road. That's what we're here for. The surfaces are a little bit rough, a little bit technical, but it was compounded by just relentless rain and wind for the first 4 or 5 hours or so that made everything slippy, everything soaking wet.
Taste it, eat you up, spit you out, defecated. Oh, I wonder, trampled under. You're the chosen one. Gonna lift you up,
Despite the conditions though, it was still pretty spectacular. This was us tackling the broken road which sort of skirts around Mamtor, and because of the conditions there was absolutely no one there at all, which just made for great riding and just good fun winding our way through these bits of road which have slipped away. So we're only about 50 kilometers in at this point, and it's pretty wet and pretty cold as well at this point because it's soaked through the waterproofs, and it's windy and pretty relentless. This is the descent down Shattered Edge down towards Hope, and I think this is the third time we've ridden it, and despite the conditions we still set our own personal best down here.
I'm gonna lift you up, straight to the top. I'm gonna raise you up, then rip you apart. I'm gonna lift you up, watch you rise,
Somehow or other, despite the rain, we make it down to the second feed stop, which is in Hathersage, and a nice hot cup of tea warms us up, a few snacks, and gives us the energy to go again, and we start heading up Stanage Edge, which has always been on my bucket list of climbs to do.
So we're about to climb Stanage Edge. Been climbing on the road so far. We've got the final 100 metres up Stanage Edge. Just see it in the distance behind me. So just coming over the summit of Stanage Edge in the breeze and the Scotch mist.
outskirts around Red Mire's reservoirs at this point.
Thank you.
Find yourself a girl and settle down. Live a simple life in a quiet town. Steady as she goes. Steady as she goes.
There were some pretty lonely bits on this ride, and at times I thought we might have been heading over to Royston Vasey.
Your friends have shown a kink in the single life. You've had too much to think, now you need a wife. Steady as she goes. So steady as she goes. Well, here we go again. You found yourself a friend that knows you well. But no matter what you do.
Bit by bit, the conditions started to improve. The cloud base lifted, we started to get a bit of a view. We managed to ride with a couple of other people, kept bumping into them, opening and closing gates with them, and that was quite nice. Stopped to chat to a few people on the way.
What you thought you had to do, and your blood's depleted to the point of stable glue. Then you'll get along. Then you'll get along.
Oh, we're on top of a moor somewhere. Not quite sure where, but we have a beautiful view. We must be making our way back to Bakewell and about to start descending down towards the Bakewell area. Beautiful view, find up a bit. It might feel rain a bit more, but the cloud's higher than it was this morning.
So steady as she goes. Steady as she goes. Settle for a whirl, neither up or down. Send it to the sound of the gather round.
Just coming up on the left here is Wellington's monument, I think.
So steady as she goes. Steady as she goes. Steady as she goes. So steady as she goes. Steady as she goes. Are you steady now? Steady as she goes. Are you steady now? Steady as she goes. Are you steady now?
So this is heading through Chatsworth Park, and I guess we must be about 95 k's in at this point, so
Yeah.
we are coming to the end of the sort of the first loop. The sun is out and we're tired, but we're feeling pretty buoyant at this point to have got around the first 100 or so k's in really difficult conditions, and we're wondering whether we're going to complete the second half of the ride or whether we are just going to call it a day at this point. And we get to the feed stop that's just coming up, and we're spurred on by some Cornish pasties that give us the boost that we need to make the decision to continue on for the second 100k. So I must admit, the beginning of the second 100k was a bit of a challenge. The paths were very muddy indeed. They were soaking wet from the morning's rain, and I don't know why, but someone had decided to take down all of the pink signs that indicate the route, that just sort of made navigating that little bit more challenging, especially when you're starting to feel tired. But despite the fact that people had taken all the signs down, we made our way into Rowsley and then began a pretty big climb from Rowsley up into Winster, and this felt like it went on for really quite a long way. So this was a really nice section on the second half of the ride, and it's when it sort of started to feel like we might actually make it to the end for the first time. This is riding along the Midshires Way. It's another old railway line, and it's just nice smooth gravel. It was downhill, and when you get to the end of the railway line section, there's just a beautiful off-road descent past through some old farms and past a quarry, and it really is just very lovely, and it started to feel like the ride was coming together at this point.
Well, we're now 142 k's in. We've been riding nearly 9 hours to do that. Well into the second half of the ride though, the second loop. Still been quite tough, but nowhere near as tough as this morning's ride. This morning the loop was hard, it's pouring rain, and now, well, what we know we've got coming up, we've got Tissington Trail coming up, nice smooth gravel, and a nice section on the Monsell Trail still coming up. Still got 2 feed stops to go, so hopefully a chance to get a bit more water, top up on the food for the final 60 or so k's of the ride. So we just passed feed stop number 4, 1 more to go, around 55 k's left I think now. We're currently on the Tissington Trail, climbing up very gently on beautiful smooth gravel. We're just about to leave the Tissington Trail, and then I've got a bigger climb coming up. Again, quite spectacular cliffs up above me. I turn the camera around, you'll see them over there. Nice cliffs along this valley. Pretty cool.
So don't fear it now. Watch me go.
So this section of the Manifold Way goes through an old railway tunnel, and it seems to attract boy racers on a Saturday evening.
So we just hit the 161 kilometre mark. Cannonade, 100 miles. So this is a really hard climb with 160 plus k in the legs, 12% rough surface.
By this point in the ride, my gears are really starting to sound really rough. I guess the wax on the chain has just completely worn off over 160 or so k's.
we've just been through the final steep stop. Keeps coming to climb. Now 172 k's in. Makes it officially our longest ride. It's cool. Now on the Tissington Trail. It's turned out to be an absolutely stunning evening. You can see the view behind me here, Rocky Valley. Just beautiful. We're tired, we're swimming.
So that marks the end of the Tissington Trail, and we're now going to head across the top towards the Monsell Trail, towards the final few kilometres of the ride. And this was an absolutely beautiful descent, evening descent, lovely light, down towards the Monsell Trail.
You'll be the one who cannot tell. All your insides fall to pieces. You just sit there wishing you could still.
Well, we're just through Millersdale onto the Monsell Trail, which is nice. Perfectly smooth gravel. We're now 190 k's in. 11 hours 43. Been riding. And that's 10 k's to go, but all of it is on nice, smooth, easy gravel.
Don't leave me high. Don't leave me dry. Don't leave me high. Don't leave me dry.
Well, this is me getting pretty excited that we are just about to cross the 200k mark, and I think at this exact point we clock up 200 k's on the Wahoo, which feels pretty good at this point. Just over 12 hours ridden. Here we are about to roll under the finish arch after I think it took us 12 hours 10 minutes total ride time. Pretty delighted to make it to the end, to get a medal, and it really feels like a pretty significant achievement to have ridden 200 k's in those conditions on quite a challenging route. So yeah, pretty good ride all round.